Mezun TV'den herkese merhaba. Yanımda bugün ESLI'nin Turkic ve Middle Eastern ülkelerinden marketing direktörü olarak sorumlusu Matan Odell var. Hi Matan.
Hi.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So I would like to ask you, what does ESLI do?
ESLI provides academic English training on 8 university campuses in North America for international students.
And can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Because I know you're a pathway program,
Right.
and you work with 8 universities, as you said. And if I'm a Turkish or a Middle Eastern student who would like to apply to a university, what is the process like?
Well, many international students find it hard to get into North American institutions, primarily because of the lack of English speaking abilities. So what ESLI provides to these students is an opportunity to go to a North American institution for either a bachelor's degree or a master's degree without dealing with the English language requirements. So for instance, if you have a Turkish student or a Middle Eastern student, for instance, who has great grades and they really are competitive for a North American institution, but they need an upgrade on their language, many of those students won't apply to a North American university because they don't think they'll get in. What ESLI can provide for those students is a conditional admission process, which means that the student will apply through us for any of our 8 partners. Our partners will assess that student based on their academic criterion, and the student will be admitted to the university conditionally without the English requirement, without meeting
no
the English
TOEFL,
requirement.
no IELTS required.
That's correct.
But they will need to go to ESLI on that campus, whichever that university is, and we'll come to that in a little bit. And they will be conditionally accepted with no need of IELTS or TOEFL.
Right, and they'll never have to take the TOEFL or IELTS.
As long as they pass.
We remove that need entirely.
Perfect.
So the students will come, they'll take an academic English course. Generally it's 4 courses on a campus and 1 level, and the students will focus on, we will teach the students critical thinking skills, note-taking skills, research and presentation skills, as a whole, kind of a holistic approach to what they're going to need to succeed in a North American institution.
This is actually even better than having just a language class, because you're prepping them to go and how to take notes, how to abbreviate, and how to understand, how to be in class, not only teaching them English, also prepping them for the university classes.
That's right. Even some students who are close to the language requirements of a university opt to do ESLI because it will prepare them to succeed in their first year of the university.
Now, how short could this be?
The shortest amount of time that a student can study would be 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yeah, we have 3 intake periods each year, so students can study in the summer for 10 weeks, fall for 15 weeks, and spring semester 15 weeks. The program's identical in all 3 of those periods, but we raise the number of hours in the summer.
So summer 10 weeks, but
10 weeks.
fall and spring 15 weeks.
That's right.
Now, another question that we get is like, what is the cost per semester for ESLI?
Yeah. So for ESLI, students we have to imagine that the student is really a part of the university. So they're paying tuition to ESLI, which is $5,389 per semester. We do offer scholarships in several of the markets around the world that are new markets for us. Generally, we offer a $1,000 scholarship in those markets. So students would then be paying $4,389, plus housing, meals, insurance, and the university fees. We do get questions about the university fees, and often I address this by telling students that as a member of the university campus, they're really participating in everything that's happening on campus. They have all of the rights and privileges of domestic students. They have an international student center, career centers. All of those resources are also available to them.
And they pay ESLI but what they will also pay to the universities, what you're saying, to get all access to all the university campus benefits.
Right. We try to simplify that process for them. So before they arrive to the United States, they will pay to us everything that they need for their life at the university for the first semester. Their first semester is with ESLI, and so they're paying our tuition plus all of the university fees. So they're living in the dormitories, they're eating in the dining halls, they have a name tag from the university, they're fully integrated. Once they graduate from our program, we will help them register for their first semester, of courses, and at that time, the fees for the university for their first semester would be due.
How much, on ballpark, how much would it be ESLI and the university cost per semester?
Sure. I would say the ESLI average cost, and you have to understand that we have 8 campuses, and so the costs vary by campus depending on what type of housing or meal plans are available, or depending on the state, the insurance may be more or less compared to others. I'd say the average cost for one semester would be $9,000 for ESLI.
That's including everything?
That's including everything, including books, excluding flights.
No flights, but you're saying books, boarding, housing.
Yeah, meal plan, activity fees, mailbox, all of those fees that the university will charge included with ESLI tuition.
Once they graduate from ESLI, they pass the classes, they are conditionally accepted so they can actually move on to their undergrad degree. And that means they're going to now pay only the school tuition.
That's right.
What are these 8 schools? Can you let's name them for our viewers?
Sure. ESLI is on campus at 7 universities, and we have another university that accepts our students conditionally. We work with Texas A&M University, which has international name recognition, both their Corpus Christi location and West Texas, which is in Canyon. Trinity Western University, which is located outside of Vancouver, just 45 minutes from downtown. Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, which is very close to St. Louis, Missouri, actually, a great medium-sized city in the U.S. University of Minnesota, Duluth, University of Wisconsin Superior, Western Kentucky University, just an hour outside of Nashville, and Full Sail University, located in Orlando, Florida.
And just to make sure they can come, and even if they don't have TOEFL or IELTS, they can come to ESLI, get a conditional acceptance in one of those colleges, one of those universities, and without the need of TOEFL or IELTS, they will continue to get their degree by just getting ESLI degrees and classes.
So ESLI does offer a pathway program to students, and this pathway opportunity allows students to use ESLI as kind of a flow-through. The students will flow through our program on their way to their university program. And the mission of ESLI really speaks to this. This process kind of came out of our mission statement, which is to make North American education affordable and attainable for international students.
Coming to affordable, Matan, I know that we have great news for Mezun members, and Mezun members will receive great scholarships from ESLI. Coming to Mezun, though, the first 5 people applying,
right, will receive a $1,000 scholarship off of the cost of ESLI, and we will offer that scholarship to them every semester that they require ESLI.
Evet sevgili mezun üyelerimiz, burada çok önemli bir fırsattan bahsediyoruz. Eğer ESLI'ye gidecekseniz ve mezun üyesiyseniz, mezun ile başvurduysanız ESLI'dan sömestr başına $1000 indirim kazanacaksınız, $1000 burs kazanacaksınız. Bu haberi de Matan Bey bize vermiş bulundu. Thank you Matan for this great news for our members. On affordability, I would like to ask you about the universities now. When they go to those 7+1, you said 8 universities, how are scholarships there?
Our partners have been great about offering scholarships to international students, and this goes back to our mission of making North American education affordable and attainable. We believe that international students have the right to study in North America, and we shouldn't be charging them extra because they're international students. So I think the first step of that has been to work with our universities to make sure that they're offering students out-of-state tuition prices as opposed to international student rates. So this is the first place where we've cut the cost for international students. The second place is that our universities really value the diversity that international students have brought to their campuses over the past decade or more. And as such, they really offer quite a few scholarships to international students. Now, it varies by campus. There's no blanket answer here about a single scholarship applicable to all students. But each campus has their own set of scholarships that they offer. And in some cases, generally, you know, for undergraduate students, we see 50% scholarship, 60% scholarship, 67% scholarship off of the total cost of a degree program.
What could that be as low as, can you provide a figure as low as this per semester?
Yeah, I would say $4,800 per semester would be a good amount for a student. I've seen also, you know, there are a few questions. Some of our universities have, you know, with a 2.5 GPA, the student will receive a 20% scholarship. That pushes the tuition down to $5,000 per term.
And I would like to add, Western Kentucky University also has for Mason members great scholarships. So if a student comes to ESLI and goes to Western Kentucky University through Mason, they will actually receive a very good scholarship offer there. And if anybody is interested, they can watch the WKU interview as well that we had with Raza Tiwana there, and he really also gave great news to our students. Can you please tell us about the accreditations that ESLI have?
As state universities, all of our universities are accredited across the board. You know, whether it be in business programs, engineering programs, computer science programs, etc. But in terms of ESLI, I think when students are considering who to choose when they want to go abroad, it's very important that they understand that accreditation plays a major role in the quality of the program that they will receive when they go abroad. As such, ESLI has the highest accreditation in North America, both CEA accreditation and Languages Canada. What this means is our instructors have a minimum of a master's degree in either education or teaching English as a second language. Many of our directors have PhDs in education, and these are the people that will be supporting the students once they arrive in the United States. So both for the students in terms of the quality of the education that they'll receive from ESLI, and for the parents that are helping their children to make decisions in terms of where their students may go, this provides a good picture of the support network that the students will have once they arrive.
Always we get another question about cost and affordability, and that's tuition, we talked, ESLI tuition, we talked on the university tuitions, but how about the living expenses?
I think this is one area, it's an understated area where ESLI really does students a service. We've selected partners not in major cities. Sure, most students want New York, LA, San Francisco, but when you actually talk to them and their parents, you discover that they really can't support that dream. And ESLI has great university partners that are situated near large cities, but not directly in large cities. And the way that this benefits students is that not only is this good for students in terms of their ability to use English in smaller English-speaking communities, but also the cost of living. When you look around our campuses, you've got really affordable places to eat. You have affordable housing. So the students' money will go much further. And as you know, in the United States, students can work 20 hours on campus. So they will be able to earn money, but they will care about how that money is going out. And so around our campuses, things are quite affordable.
And we always talked about undergrad. I would like to ask you about your master's, and could you please give us more information on that?
Sure. One thing I didn't mention before is that ESLI has approximately 500 degree programs that students can choose to, whether they be undergrad or graduate for conditional admission. In terms of graduate programs, we've got great business programs, great chemistry, science programs, engineering programs. We've got some huge engineering departments led by Turkish deans. But in terms of affordability for graduate programs, I can give a perfect example of an MBA program, because MBA programs are highly sought after by students in this region. In fact, as you know, business programs are the #1 sought after degree program for North American bound students. And a couple of our universities that I can think of, you know, Texas A&M University, for instance, a student who qualifies for scholarship with, let's say, a 3.0, 3.2 GPA can be looking at a semester tuition of about $3,000 for an MBA program.
Per semester?
Per semester, that's the tuition. Of course, there are additional expenses, housing, meals, insurance, fees. But when you look at a four-semester degree, such as an MBA, and you compare it to other universities in the market, we're looking at about $12,000 for an MBA at internationally recognizable universities.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For providing great information about ESLI and clarifying what a pathway is, because that's a question that we get a lot. Thank you.
Thanks.
Evet, Pathway programları hakkında Matan Bey ile görüştük. Kendisi bize Pathway programlarının önemini ve faydalarını anlattı ki ESLI'ye başlayarak aslında bir IELTS veya TOEFL almadan conditional bir acceptance alarak 8 tane üniversiteye gidebileceğinizi böylece öğrenmiş oldunuz. Bizi izlemeye devam edin.